We live, Daniel, but now you can send that picture, sir. You can send that picture, and
Uh,
I will gladly post that thing on here
He gonna send it right now.
all I gotta do is locate it, man.
because
Immediately.
DJ told me DJ is the one who set me up because he had
I
your
know it was
picture.
him.
He had your picture in his story, and I thought it was Pete at first. And I was like, "Hold on, that ain't Pete." He's like, "Man, that's Daniel." He's like, "Man, put this on the show." I said, "All right, cool." So I put it on there. Uh, Charles, I think he was on the thing Zoom with y'all last night. Uh,
Yeah. Ashford, yeah, yep.
yeah, so he hit me up and he was like, "Bro, I got a picture for you to put on the show about Pete." I said, "All right, send it to me." So he sent it to me. So I'm just letting the beat build right now, letting people come on through in here
Uh-huh.
Yeah, boy.
before I post this picture of Pete because I told him he was gonna make an appearance tonight.
You.
You got a picture of Pete too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Hey, I was weak off the picture you had of him when he was like 10.
Was that a silk shirt?
Hey, I
I
don't
don't know
know.
what my dude had on.
Hey,
Oh
Q.
man.
Q.
Yeah.
Look.
The GOAT.
Who's that? Scottie Pippen?
Look at it.
Nah.
Who's that? Scottie
Don't
Pippen?
start. We live, Q. Don't start.
All right,
Don't
so
start.
let's go get this started. Everybody, thank you for tuning in to another show Beyond the Game. You know, this is the crew part two. I got my guy Ralph,
Yes,
Daniel,
sir.
and that boy down there, B Legend in the bottom.
Go.
And
That's the goat.
here you go with this goat shit. But anyways, so for the people who watched yesterday, they would have known that yesterday was Pete's birthday, and you know
Yeah. Boom.
we had a couple of pictures of Petey up there. But today I want to get Pete back. One of his partners sent me this picture right here, so I just want to say happy birthday, Petey.
Happy.
Oh,
Oh! Chippendale Petey.
Happy birthday, Petey.
What?
Yeah, you see
God
that legend?
damn.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I just want to get the show started with that picture of Pete up there.
Wow.
But let's go and get this thing started. So, Legend, you got the that documentary in the background of
I
Scottie
ain't
Pippen.
got nope. I ain't got no documentary. I'm just doing what I normally do, man. Just watch highlights.
Just watch highlights. I feel that. So, Ralph, I'm gonna throw this thing over to you first, my guy. Episodes 5 and 6 of the documentary just came out this Sunday. What was your thoughts and what was your takeaway from episodes 5 and 6?
Like I've said the whole time, bro, like everything for us is just the backstory of everything that was going on. For me, the GOAT talk, all the other talk, how great Jordan was, how great Jordan will forever be, it's already been settled for me. I don't care what LeBron does. I don't care how many more championships he wins. All it did is show people who didn't know how great Jordan really was. Plain and simple.
How decent Jordan is. What about you, Daniel? What did episodes 5 and 6? What'd you take away from it?
similar to what Ralph said. What this does is, people, Jordan kind of felt like people might be forgetting about him and his legacy. And for the people that's like, 24 and under, this helps them realize how cold he was. I mean, that's all this is a backstory of everything we already saw growing up. So, but it is dope to see, like, his motivation, how he motivated himself, and just the backstories. You don't ever see behind the scenes, you just see what's on camera. And yeah, man, I got to give a special shout out to the sponsorship. A little yak in my man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh man, y'all. Here we go. Hey, let me ask you this, because I read somewhere where one of these directors was talking about how the Last Dance documentary really doesn't do Jordan the justice because it's from his perspective, and a documentary should be done from somebody who isn't involved with the process. Because what he's basically saying is that the documentary might leave out a lot of stuff that Jordan don't want y'all to see. Whereas if
Right.
he wasn't involved in it, a lot of that stuff would be out there in the open. What are your thoughts about that? You think Jordan should have been as involved in it?
Do that to me?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I don't know, man. I mean, if you really probably wanted a true picture of what was going on, I would say you probably remove him from it. Because you're gonna see the good, the bad, and the ugly. To be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
the way that this thing is being told from his perspective, how he viewed it, how he felt, what he was going through. So I think it's good parts to it because of that. Just like we were talking about. nobody really realized that Mike had a problem with, just going out in public and just couldn't be Mike. He couldn't, like to us, we can go out and gamble and spend $5, or $20. That's just, that's what that is to us. $5,000 to him, $25,000 to him is probably what, $20 to us.
Right.
Because of the fact that, the amount of money, the amount of scrutiny that he had to take. I mean, I think it was good to hear from his perspective, how difficult it was and how frustrating it was to be him. So I think it's a positive and negative on that. I mean, I think it's good to get his take on it, but I also think if he was out of it, you would probably see some things that's probably not included, like you said.
I agree with that. Normal person couldn't fathom spending $25,000 or $50,000 on a golf game. You know what I mean? That's a yearly salary for a lot of people, or more.
Yeah. And you got MJ pulling that out like it's nothing to him. Like it's
jump change, man.
Pair of Jordans.
Pair of Jordans.
But with him telling the story, you get an idea to understand what his thought process was. So just like with gambling, he would gamble in the back with Pippen and Harper with big money, and then he'd go up front with Paxson and them for little money and still try to take their money. He talked about his competitive drive, his competitive.
Just a competitor.
My dude
and I don't know if somebody could actually tell that same story. If somebody else was doing it. So I think it's pluses and minuses with it.
What I got from it, from episodes 5 and 6, to piggyback a little bit off of what you were saying, is that I felt like by the time '98 came, Jordan was just done with basketball. Like it had become more of a business for him to finish that season out versus he's doing it for the love of the game. Like when he was sitting in a hotel room with that cigar, and he was just like, man, I'm ready for this to be over with. And I felt like Jordan, he still loved to play basketball, but at that point, he just didn't want to play for them no more. So he was tired of the publicity. He eventually became a prisoner of his own fame, and he was just tired of all the bullshit that just came with being Michael Jordan. Was just like ready to be a regular ass person like me and you. But I'm like, Jordan, I don't know if I could. I want to ask y'all this. Do y'all think y'all could handle as much fame as Jordan had? Like, do y'all think y'all could be content with that? Because that was '98 with no social media. How would Jordan fare today with all this social media? Like, it would drive him crazy.
I just think it comes with, how do you know what you can handle until you actually in the situation? I feel like I could, but
does this make you like Ralph? Not Ralph, but Daniel. I'm gonna throw this to you. And it ain't no LeBron Jordan comparison or nothing like that. But does this make you feel like a little bit more respect as far as how LeBron James handles himself with the media? Because if Jordan couldn't take it back then with no media, and LeBron got 24-hour cycle on him, and he has yet to have one major slip up, no scandal or nothing like that, does it like elevate your level of respect for him off the court?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I always tell people, just because I'm not a fan of LeBron on the court, I mess with LeBron off the court. As a person, like if I see LeBron in the street, I dap him up, whatever. You know what I mean? Of course, you can't just approach that man like that, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I think Michael Jordan, his scandals, the few scandals that got out about him, he really wasn't trying to hide them. Maybe like the other woman with his wife, he probably was like, I'll hide this until I'm comfortable with the situation. Like, 'cause somebody of that level, they can hide what they want to hide. You know,
they got the resources and money to do that.
Once they get careless, then that's when they really probably don't even care about it getting out. You know what I mean? So, but Michael Jordan, what it showed for me is like, what other player can put forth that drive, win his rings, get burnt out, go chill for 2 years, come back, still be cold, be 38. I'm burnt out again. Let me go chill for 2.5 years, come back. And you almost get the Wizards to the playoffs. The Wizards, that was a 28-win team.
That was B squad back in the day. But to piggyback off of that, Daniel, I'm gonna keep it on flow on you. Yeah. That night. So before I ask this question, is it pretty much consensus? I know B, you answered this yesterday. The '96 Bulls team, that was the best of the Bulls teams, right?
Yeah.
That was the 72-10 team.
Yeah. That's when they had Harper too. Yeah, so they added Harper in '94. So yeah.
Okay, so everybody agrees that was the best squad that they had. Daniel, is there a team in NBA history that could beat that team in a 7-game series?
Two teams that have a chance. I don't know if they could. I mean, we'll never know.
Yeah.
I'll give you the.
Did Legend click off because of the question?
Yeah, I made him mad, so he left.
All right, so I'm gonna give you the Lakers team to play the Sixers. I'll give you that.
Okay. What was that?
2001.
2001.
Like
Okay.
01?
01,
Yeah.
01, yeah. 01 Lakers. And then I'm gonna give you Kevin Durant's Warriors.
That's what
So the
2016
17.
Warriors.
Now the 16 was
17 and 18.
the 16 was the year they lost to the
lost.
Cavs.
So yeah, either 17 or 18.
So the
Pick your
following
poison.
year, the 17, okay.
Yeah, 17. So the 17 or the 01 Lakers.
17 and 01 Lakers.
I like
Somebody had asked this yesterday. What about the 04 Pistons with Rasheed Wallace and Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Chauncey
No.
Billups, Tayshaun
No.
Prince? I think they got a shot.
They do. That was a cold team.
That's probably the most underrated finals championship team ever.
It was
But
just
That
a team
team
put together
reminds me
of
of the
cold.
Pacers, the Reggie Miller Pacers. That's what that team, the Pistons, will remind me of going against the Bulls.
I would give you that, but they didn't have Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace was like the only dude in the league that could kind of use his muscle against Shaq. Shaq still was stronger than him, but he made Shaq work every bucket.
Because Chauncey, to me, Tayshaun and Scottie Pippen, they pretty much the same person, so they cancel each other out. You got Ben Wallace and Rodman, they cancel each other out. Okay, Jordan's gonna do what Jordan's gonna do. So that leaves
Rip Hamilton's not doing nothing with that.
I like
So who
Rasheed Wallace over anyone.
That's what I'm saying. Rasheed Wallace will be the X factor though. Who's gonna do something with that?
Nobody.
So
You might
that's
have-
why I
you
said
might
matchup
you might
wise.
put Pippen on him. You might slap Pippen over and make him guard him.
So you slap
And
Pippen
you got-
over on Rasheed Wallace, he's going to the block. That's barbecue chicken.
Too little.
I don't know about that, man. You know, Pippen had defense.
But do you know Rasheed Wallace is 6'10", 6'11", 250, 60 pounds? He ain't doing nothing with that.
He
I
ain't
don't
got
think he's
that.
just gonna. I don't think he's just gonna bully.
He's gonna make him work, but he ain't got the weight for.
Nah.
He ain't got the weight.
What about you, Ralph? Is there a squad that feel like that could beat the
And you got
96 Bulls?
Chauncey.
With that too.
I agree with him. I only think I'm gonna say the 2017 Warriors, especially the Warriors with Durant, but I don't know about the Lakers. I don't know about those 01 Lakers.
Huh?
I don't know if they
Shaq will
have
average 40. Shaq will average 40 on them.
What they
Longley,
gonna do with Shaq, bro?
Yeah. And then Jordan and Kobe. Jordan at that point would outplay Kobe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Jordan might average 30. Kobe might average 22. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Man, you give Kobe 22 against Jordan?
But
I was thinking more 25, 27.
But who on the Bulls
What'd
is
he
going to
say?
make up for that 40? Because Shaq going to average 40.
That's what I'm saying.
Shaq gonna eat.
I'm gonna give it
Shaq
to you
gonna eat.
in a second, B. But yeah, I don't understand who you got that's gonna guard Shaq. Period.
Yeah, I might have to go with that. The 01 Lakers or for sure the Warriors. I think the Warriors would definitely have a great chance against the Bulls.
Who gonna beat them though? Not a chance. I want to know who gonna beat them.
Okay,
The
if I had to
17 Warriors.
If I had to put my money, I would definitely put it on the 17 Warriors with KD. And that as good as you think,
Nope.
Scottie Pippen is on defense,
No.
KD getting buckets
Because
on
Dennis
him.
Rodman.
KD's getting buckets on him.
Like I told y'all yesterday. Dennis
KD's
Rodman
gonna laugh at
caused
Dennis
havoc
Rodman.
on that team. Clay and Clay gonna be shut. Clay and Steph gonna be shut.
Draymond and Rodman will fight every game.
Dude.
So
You hold on. You think that? Hold on. You really think that Draymond can handle Rodman?
Handle
I
him?
don't
What do you
like-
mean?
What do you mean by handle?
Because Rodman wasn't a threat.
I mean, what is the biggest threat
Yeah.
from Rodman except defensive rebound?
Except for head
Okay,
game.
because here's the deal.
Yeah.
Draymond gets off because Draymond gets the rebound and he pushes the ball. That's how he gets involved in the game. He's eliminated. Draymond's
Eliminated?
Yeah, he's eliminated with Rodman. He's eliminated.
Nah.
He can still
You
get
don't think
rebounds.
Nah.
They're gonna get some
So
rebounds.
I guess Robin's getting 40 rebounds then, because you act like Draymond Green ain't gonna get no rebounds or something.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
That's not
No
what I
disrespect to
said.
Rodman.
Who's gonna guard Kevin
That's
Durant?
not what I said, but what I'm saying, you are That's one of the best rebounders ever to play the game.
No,
I
yeah,
agree.
Correct. Yeah.
I agree.
That dude's gonna take Draymond out of the game.
Okay.
He is not gonna be a factor.
So
okay,
so
now,
so
this
let me
is
ask
the
you this,
part.
B. Let me ask you this,
Go
B.
ahead.
Let's go matchup for matchup, right? Okay.
Mhm.
So you got Draymond and Rodman. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who's guarding KD?
You can throw multiple people at him. You can throw Harper at him. You can throw Pip at him. You can throw Jordan at him.
Excuse me.
So you said that basically what you're saying is he's averaging 30.
What didn't you
Basically, that's what I heard, Daniel.
That's basically what I just
That's
heard.
that's
He's
what I
averaging
heard.
Harper
30.
is guarding Kevin Durant.
You
Ron
gonna
Harper
throw,
6'6".
see, this is the thing. The Bulls beat you off of team defense.
Okay.
So it's
But you
all
can't-
about throwing people at them. I mean, you're giving them different looks. It's not
Okay.
like you're just gonna throw Jordan at them every time down the floor, or Harper at them every time down the floor, Pippen. You give them different looks.
Okay.
There's
So
no
I
way.
guess the Warriors don't play defense.
So here's my point. Okay, KD gets 35, 40 points. Great. Now we give him his 35, 40 points, and we're gonna shut everybody else down.
Oh no, that's not happening, bro.
How did not?
But you're not
Pippen
shutting down
gonna
a
shut-
shooter
Pippen
that can
gonna
shoot
shut-
from
if
35
you put
feet.
Pippen on Clay or Steph, it's over. It's over.
It's over for Clay. I'll
But
give
see,
you that.
this is the thing, though, B. This is the flip side.
Okay.
Jordan, you gonna get your buckets. Who else is gonna score?
Thank you.
Pippen gonna score. Rodman
Oh,
gonna
who?
score.
Who is Pippen scoring on?
Yeah.
But yeah, like Pippen had
I mean, it's
ISO
just a
game for
debate,
real.
brother. It's a debate. I mean, y'all giving them more credit than they deserve.
Nah, I ain't doing it. I'm just saying, Jordan's gonna get his numbers regardless.
Because some of them boys ain't gonna be on the floor because they're gonna be in foul trouble. I can tell you that right now.
B,
Okay, I'll give you a
so
little foul.
okay, B. So is Jordan and Pippen playing 48 minutes? Because they got to come off the court eventually.
Yeah, they do. They gotta come, but they got their little bench. They bring the little guys off the bench. And,
Okay, so you
40
do know
at least.
you do know the Warriors can
41.
keep 20-point scores on the floor at all times, right?
That's fine.
So who's
they
scoring for the
can-
Bulls?
defense,
Who's
man.
scoring for the Bulls?
It's a reason why the
If
Jazz
we
and
go-
Bulls
listen,
was in the
if we gonna
80s.
go by that philosophy, then nobody can beat Golden State. Is what you're saying, and that
I
ain't
ain't
true.
I ain't saying
I
that.
mean,
Well, not?
it wasn't even competitive.
Because
They only lost
always
one
got
game.
two 20-point scores on the floor, and LeBron beat them when LeBron supposedly didn't have nobody but Kyrie.
The
So what
04
you doing?
Pistons, I think, could give the Warriors a run for their money
Who?
because they match up with the Warriors at every position.
I
Who?
agree.
The 04 Warriors,
I like the shooting with the Pistons, so I agree with that.
because you go Chauncey Billups and Steph Curry. That's a matchup. Clay and Rip Hamilton, pretty much the same person. KD and Tayshaun. Tayshaun got the link to bother KD.
And that UK
he got
boys
Rasheed
gonna put
Wallace
D on
matched up against
The
Draymond.
UK boys gonna put D on it.
This is what
First-
kills B Legends. This is
So-
what kills B Legends stance.
So the
and I'm
Bulls
gonna
can't match up against them.
say, bro,
I'm
look,
not saying they can't. I'm
I
not saying
am.
they can't.
I mean, y'all sound crazy.
the
Go ahead,
Bulls went
Daniel.
the Bulls went to 7 games with the Pacers. The Pacers is one of the only teams back in the day that was kind of set up like the Warriors with the perimeter shooting. They had to go to 7 games, and the Pacers was leading after halftime. They might have been up by like 8, if I'm not mistaken. They had trouble with the Pacers. So what do you think they're gonna do with the Warriors?
Thank you.
I
Thank
can't
you.
hear. I can't hear them. So
I said if they had trouble with the Pacers,
I can only hear Ralph and Quentin. I can't hear them.
He ain't trying to hear you, Daniel.
No, seriously, I can't hear them.
Oh, okay. What he was saying is the Pacers. I mean, the Bulls had trouble with the Pacers. The Pacers took the Bulls to Game 7.
Oh,
and they were winning. The Pacers were winning, and they were set up. The Pacers could play in today's era.
Go ahead, finish it up, Q. God damn it. Go ahead.
Hey, so I'm saying it's like you
Go ahead,
said,
Q. Finish it.
God damn it, the Pacers. They had trouble with the Pacers. So what do you think they would do with the Warriors?
They had trouble with the Pacers. So what you think the Warriors gonna do?
Because they were set up similar.
The Pacers took the Bulls to a Game 7, Chuck, fam. Like,
Man,
like
we was playing. Hey, man, we were playing with the Pacers, man.
is that what y'all was doing?
Yeah.
Then y'all was playing with the Pacers.
Yeah, we
Oh,
were playing
oh.
with the Pacers.
That's not the only
Man.
series. They took y'all to 6 before
man, we
that.
was just, man, MJ was out gambling late, drinking.
Oh,
Give
man.
Brad
man.
some respect, man.
Now you out here now you sound like Pete. Now you on some Pete stuff right now.
I mean, I'm just saying, man, for y'all to bring the Indiana Pacers into the equation with the greatest team, the 72-10. Come on, man.
And it took y'all to 7
I
games.
don't
Though,
even
bro.
know
It took
why-
y'all
I don't
7
even
games
know
to
why
beat
we
them,
doing
though.
this. Why we doing this?
Huh?
Why we having this discussion? You can't bring the Pacers into the discussion with the
Why-
72-10 Bulls.
why
What is
can't
wrong
you?
with y'all?
Why can't you?
Why can't you?
The way you talking, they
Crazy
should have
team
swept
now.
them.
That's what I'm saying. B, you talking like the Bulls went 16-0 in the playoffs.
I mean, in my eyes, they did.
See what I'm saying? They said bullshit.
Hey, that's what happens when you get cataracts, man.
See what I'm saying? He's on that bullshit. So,
In my eyes, they did. Shit.
so according to B, the Bulls ain't never lost in the playoffs.
I ain't
They
said
went
that. I ain't
from
said that.
91,
I ain't
92,
crazy. I ain't
93, they won 16-0. 96, 97, 98, they won 16-0. They ain't never lose a game. Bull B,
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I
He's
didn't
on-
say that.
He's
I'm
on
just
that.
saying. I'm just saying. I agree. Golden State would give them a run for their money, but if I'm gonna
Absolutely.
put my money down on the Bulls, that's all I'm saying.
Of course,
I
you
agree
would.
that Golden State
You
would
right.
It's
give
hard
them-
to ever count out Jordan, but I think those 2017 Warriors would be definitely a tough matchup for that overall team. With the
In his
Bulls.
heart, he know.
Hey, I can live
Yeah,
with that.
I mean it will be, but I'm gonna roll with MJ and the crew.
That's cool. That's
I
like
understand.
asking a UK fan to go
You know?
against UK.
And I think
Hey,
the 03 Lakers will give them a run.
This guy here.
The 03 Lakers.
03 Lakers.
Okay, I'll take it.
Because Daniel said 01.
Yeah, I said 03.
Okay.
Okay.
So, keeping with the NBA theme, Ralph, I'm gonna throw this over to you first. Past 10 years, which NBA team was the best team of the decade? Or what NBA team was the team of the decade? Look at his face.
What we just spoke about, because I seen when in the messages earlier you were saying like people were saying Warriors, Patriots, but you said exactly what team. So I'm going with the 2017 Warriors. That's the team I would ride with.
Yeah.
The 2017 Warriors.
Absolutely.
I know, Ike, your Pacers did have the Bulls beat. I know it. I agree with
Look,
you.
hey, he loved Reggie. Ike loved Reggie. That's his favorite player.
Yeah.
What about you, Legend?
About Reggie.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about the decade,
Yep.
I gotta go with Ralph, man. I gotta go with the Golden State team.
So he like the Golden State Warriors. He just don't like them to beat his boy. Yeah.
He'll never pick against Jordan.
It's not. I said that the Golden State Warriors would give them a run for their money for sure. I think it goes 7, but when it comes down to it, I'm putting my money on Jordan.
You see the
What's
the
wrong?
You see
comment.
what he said? 15-1 in the playoffs.
Just like the Lakers.
Who, Jordan and them, yeah.
Nah, the Warriors. Ain't no
Oh,
Jordan. Ain't no Jordan in them. What about you, Daniel? Who you guys team of the decade?
You already know I'm going 2017 Warriors.
2017. Well, y'all
For
ain't
sure.
shit, boy.
That's like easy money right there.
Who you gonna go with, man?
Oh, that's light work, baby. You know, it's 2016 Cavs over here, baby. It's
Oh, we know
2016
that.
Cavs.
Why, Q?
We know
Why?
that.
Harry's my dad, but you gotta
We know
stop.
that.
Stop.
Huh? I'm gonna channel my inner B legend right here. So roll with me.
Okay.
From a historical standpoint, we're speaking
Historical perspective.
we're speaking strictly from a historical
From a
standpoint.
historical
Okay,
perspective.
the
Yeah.
2016 Cavs did two things historically great. Okay, they beat a 73-9 team, and they came back from 3-1 in the NBA Finals, which are two things nobody has ever done.
That
Now,
was cute.
were they the most talented team of that decade? Nah, hell no. But as far as the best team, they did something that nobody else could do in that decade.
They had
So
some
that's why.
convenient circumstances. Yeah, you're right.
So, so that's why I feel like the 2016 Cavs, and then they had the GOAT. So I feel like 2016 Cavs got to be the best team of the past decade. It is what it is. No, you ain't listening to me, but that's
I
the
knew
phone
you was
go.
gonna say something about LeBron. I just knew you was.
Huh?
I knew it. It was a setup. It was a setup.
Okay. In the past decade, who's been in almost every NBA final?
Oh my God, Jordan.
So did we say the most? Did we say the most dominant player? Or did we say the team of the decade, man?
Thank you. Here we go.
I can't remember
Here
the question.
we go.
I can't remember the question.
Can't remember his own question.
I can't remember the question.
Word, bro.
All right, man. So, yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, so I thought it'd be a good thing for everybody to name the top 5 international players. Now, that doesn't mean that they, can't be born from there, played over here, or however you want to categorize it. Top 5 international players. Chuck, you go ahead and go.
Oh man.
Let's go.
Now we talk about them all time.
All time,
sir.
top 5, all time international
sir.
players. You need some time?
Yeah. Let me write it down. Y'all go ahead.
Yeah, that's a rock kicking in. Ralph, you go ahead and go.
All right, I'll go. So I went with Hakeem the Dream for sure. Dirk, for sure. It may be a little bit early, but I think it's kind of set in stone. The Greek Freak, Steve Nash, and Tony Parker.
Hold on, bro. I'm about sick of this damn Tony
Hey,
Parker
don't keep
love.
throwing Tony Parker in here, bro.
I'm about sick of Tony Parker.
What?
I'm about sick of Tony Parker, boy. Y'all
Did I
done
say he
bumped
was the
Tony Parker
greatest point
into
guard
to
of all
top
time?
5
I'm
all
talking
time
about
greatest players.
international players.
Hold on, who was your top 5? You said who was one?
I just gave you 5 of them. I gave you Hakeem, Dirk, the Greek Freak, Steve Nash, and Tony Parker. And Tony Nash can be off that list pretty soon because you got Luka. So right now I can't give it to Luka. He's only been in the league a
Tony
year or
Parker
2
was a
years.
dog, though.
But
Who was?
I got to go with that for right now.
Tony Parker was a dog, though.
Thank you.
For
He
about
was
6
nice.
years.
But in the early 2000s, did anybody ever consider Tony Parker the best point guard in the game at any point in
He
time?
was top 5.
That ain't what I asked you. At any point in time, did anybody ever consider Tony Parker the best
It's hard
point
to
guard?
consider him the best, but he was definitely top. Man. Don't do that.
So
It
how
was a
can you?
year-
Don't
It was
do
a
that.
season or two where he was they were talking about him being an MVP
Come
candidate.
on, man. Don't
Season
do
or two.
that, Q.
That was 2 of the lowest rating seasons in the NBA too.
All right.
All right, go ahead, Daniel. Who you got your top 5?
Dirk, Hakeem. I'm gonna throw Ginobili in there.
Okay.
See,
And,
I thought about it. Trust me, I thought about it.
it's hard for me to put Steve Nash on the list because they gifted him 2 MVPs when they should have went to Kobe.
That's right. Say it again.
Yeah, they
He
gifted
still put
him.
in work. I know y'all Kobe bias fans, but he still put in
Bias,
work.
bro. He averaged 14 points. Stop.
Well, man, it was the overall success.
Hey,
What's
now,
up? You know
hey,
why he got
you
it.
put Nash on there, so you had to put Tony Parker on there. 'Cause
He had to, bro. At that point, he had to.
yeah. And the 5th, I don't even know. I probably would have to go with ain't Chris Mullins Canadian? Well, you said
No.
overseas though.
Chris
Yeah.
Mullins?
No.
And international, always international, baby.
You said Tony Parker was a bad choice, and he said Chris Mullins.
You might want to go look up Chris Mullins' stats because his stats
Chris
is
Mullins
way
was nice.
better than Tony Parker's.
I mean,
Way better.
It was a reason why Chris Mullins was on the Dream Team.
Yeah.
Chris Mullins. Okay.
Yeah, he was averaging between 20 and 27, dog. But we just go by default. We'll go Tony Parker, man.
This motherfucker.
Let's go.
Killing me with this Tony Parker. So run that back to me real quick, Daniel. You said who'd you have at 1?
I had Dirk, Hakeem, Ginobili, Nash, and by default Parker because there's some other people I could throw on there, but they didn't. They were only like three seasons, stuff like that. So
but I'm gonna let you go to second B. But I want to ask Dan. You think Dirk better than Hakeem Olajuwon?
No, it wasn't in order. This
Oh,
is my
okay.
list. No.
Okay.
Hakeem would be 1. Dirk would be 2.
Gotcha. Okay. What about you, B?
So, I'm gonna blow y'all off, y'all. Something that y'all ain't thought about. No. It's legit. The Greek Freak, I got an issue with just because I got him on my list, but he's just he's still young in the game.
I agree.
He really hasn't defined. He does have an MVP, but he has not defined himself truly. But so I give him an asterisk. But
I got you.
So I got Hakeem, of course, Dirk, of course. I got Ginobili.
Ah, dang.
I got Nash, but here's the one y'all ain't thought about.
I feel like Parker.
Drazen Petrovic.
He was a dog.
I thought you was gonna go with that just because you're a little bit older, so you remember his career probably more than anybody on here. So yeah.
Okay.
So I kind of figured when I asked you this, you was probably gonna go there.
Yeah, Petro is a monster, man.
So you had Hakeem, Dirk, Manu, Steve Nash, and Petrovic.
But I got that asterisk for Greek Freak, but he just his story still needs to be told.
I got Greek Freak 1. No, I'm just playing. I got Olajuwon 1, Dirk 2, Giannis 3, Yao Ming 4, Paul Gasol 5.
Yao Ming.
How did I forget about Yao?
Yeah.
I didn't forget about him. I just felt like he didn't have enough success over Tony Parker, over Steve Nash.
Yeah, but man, Yao's impact on the game was tremendous.
He's got about 20 plus point per game seasons too.
He was the only person in Shaq's prime who could stand up to Shaq in his prime.
Yeah.
Like he's the only person that Shaq had to work against.
Because he was
he had to work against Ceballos. I mean, not Ceballos. Jesus Christ.
I was gonna say Cedric Ceballos. What?
No. The guy played
Sabonis.
Sabonis.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay, you're right.
You could have said him.
But no, I gave it to Yao because in Yao's short career, Yao was a monster. Like he's just that his injuries, finally took a toll on him. But like,
I could have just said Manute. I could have said Manute Bol.
No.
I thought about him, but I was like, nah.
That comment is about as bad as Ike saying he wanted to say Rick Smits.
Rick Smits.
Yeah, that's bad.
Dutchman, man. The Dutchman, Rich Smith, man. That means the Dutchman. Hey. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He was on the team that took the Bulls to 7. That's right.
Matter of fact, you know what? Hey, Daniel, he can hear you now. Go on, explain it to him, Daniel. He can hear you now.
I can hear you now. Go ahead, Daniel.
We could have said Zunas Ilgauskas.
I'm not going there with you, but
he was the first all-time leading scorer in Cavs history. And he was a double. Even when he was old, he was still a double-double, man.
He was.
No.
So let me hear you. Let me hear what you had to say, Dave, because I couldn't,
Yeah. Explain to him about that Pacers and Bulls series.
So what I was saying is back then, in today's era, the way they play basketball, the Pacers was the team that was set up similar to teams today. They wanted to shoot perimeter jumpers. That was their mismatch. They had trouble with them. They were losing in Game 7, even in the second half. The Bulls won. The Bulls was the better team. So if they struggle with the Pacers, what would make you think they would not struggle with the 17 Warriors? No matter what kind of team defense you play, there's no way you can cover 3 shooters.
Well,
shoot like that.
I'm gonna say it. The only thing I can say, and it sounds crazy, but it's a known fact. It's been said in The Last Dance. It's just because of 2-3. 2-3 gonna win. That dude is not gonna lose, man. He's gonna win.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay. I'm glad he meant because of 2-3 the player, not 2-3 zone. No, I was gonna say they gonna lose by 30. No, player, man. I mean, that guy's just not gonna let you lose, man. I mean, it's just. I mean, y'all were around, y'all saw some of it, but I mean, I watched all this. I mean, this dude was just on another planet, man. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'll give you this. I watched every game I was alive for Jordan, and every game clearly I was alive for Kobe. I watched 90% of their games live. Yeah. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's just hard to guard when you got a dude that no matter what you do, he's got a mismatch on the block. He can go past you with the ISO, or he can shoot in your face like he was doing LeBron. Then you got Curry that's shooting from 38 feet.
Sure.
I'll give it to you. It's easy to shut down Clay. He can't do nothing but catch and shoot.
Yeah, I mean, you got Pippen, you got Harper, you got all that length. I mean, they're gonna cause some issues. But you know what? I'll say this. Even in comparison, changing teams, when you talk about matchups and you talk about teams that should have won, when you look at the Sacramento Kings against the Lakers, they should have won because
absolutely
pick and roll nightmare. They could do the Lakers could do nothing with them.
Nothing.
The Lakers should have lost to Portland.
Yep.
I mean, pick and roll nightmare against Shaq. I mean, I'm just saying there are always teams that should have won. So Indiana should have won in Game 7, but because they got them monsters, LA.
No, I got you. But you was brushing off the Pacers. That wasn't the only time they gave y'all a tough series, though. So that's what
know what? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I brushed the Pacers off. I did, and I do. I was more interested in the Knicks series than the Pacers series.
So look, my cousin played for the Knicks.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say that Knicks team was better than the Pacers.
I didn't say they were better, but it was just a different type of series. I mean, you talking about a series that I mean, was physical, was mental, was emotional, and I mean, every game was just off the chain.
I was a kid then. They just didn't have the shooting.
Huh?
They just didn't have the shooting. Allen Houston.
Nah, they didn't. But they had some bruisers. They had Mason, they had Oakley, they had Starks, they had Mark Jackson. You know, they had a lot. They had a lot of people. Man, it was a good series, and they had the coach.
Yeah, they had the coach.
I got a couple things I want to address with you, B, because I don't like a lot of shit you said, and I definitely don't like some of the stuff you said, Daniel.
But I knew he's been bad the whole time.
Yeah,
I said who would Curry guard, but
no, that's not what I want to talk about.
Curry up all day long.
But look, Ron Harper didn't get no shots, so he didn't have to guard nobody. If you put Ron Harper on them, they was only letting Ron Harper get 4 shots a game.
But they're smart enough. They're gonna take advantage of that. They're gonna take. MJ gonna take advantage of your weakness and continue to punish you.
Plus Harper was old in '98.
Yeah, MJ, that's one player. You know, it's 5 people on the court, right?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But we'll put them in a pick and roll. We'll put Curry in a pick and roll like they do now today. Pick and roll and abuse them, whether it's Pippen, whether it's Curry, whether it's whoever. That's what I'm saying. They will get them in foul trouble, and those 3 guys are not going to be on the court all the time. I'm just saying.
So they run pick and roll with Curry, but yet he still averages 25 points a game for his career. But the point I was trying to make about Ike's comment, I don't know if y'all can see it. His picture says Facebook prison inmates, hardcore veteran. I just wanted to point that out.
I saw that. I just didn't know what the hell that was.
But I want to go back to B's point about
Ike's
you
crazy,
said Jordan will not let them lose, right? So where was that?
Austin and all that you want, that's fine. But
no. I wouldn't even go to the 80s.
Years, he ain't
I wouldn't even go to the 80s. So what happened in the '95 series against the Orlando Magic? Where was that killer instinct?
He just came back from retirement, man. He came out of retirement. That don't count.
I will say this for y'all. The only thing that helps is Jordan fans do dismiss the Wizards, and they dismiss that '95 when he came back.
Thank you, Daniel. Y'all act like '95 doesn't happen. Like y'all say that Jordan got the killer instinct. Well, where was that killer instinct against the Orlando match? It missed me with that. He just came back. I'm about to break it down. I'm about to break it down for you like a fraction real quick. Now, turn around, boy. You look at me when I'm talking to you. You look at me when I'm talking to you. So Jordan came back. He played in 17 games, right? I looked this up.
17 games. Go ahead.
17 games. So was Jordan out of shape when he put up 55 against the Knicks?
Nah, that's New York though.
Okay, so Jordan came back and he averaged 26 points per game. How you out of shape and you average 26 points per game?
I mean,
you're running out of excuses. So, anyways,
I got no excuses. I'm just saying. He came back with 17 games. That just wasn't enough time, man.
So it wasn't enough time, but yeah, he could average 26 points a game.
I mean, you got Penny.
What's your point, Q?
Yeah, I mean, what's your point?
The point is, I'm tired of you and Skip Bayless acting like 1995 never existed and acting like Jordan got this killer instinct, but where was that killer instinct during that year? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I mean, 95 really didn't exist. Wasn't that the strike year?
No, it wasn't no strike year. That was 95.
Where was LeBron against the Mavs? Where was that killer instinct? Where was LeBron against the Mavs?
He had
that.
He had it.
I didn't think so.
He had it. Now your turn to admit it, B Legend. Your turn. I just admitted it. Your turn.
Admit what?
Jordan didn't have the killer instinct. Your turn.
Never. Look me. Never.
I swear.
Never.
I've been arguing people about this on Facebook all week long about that 1995 season because I'm tired of y'all acting like it just did not exist.
He played 17 games. Just came off of playing baseball. Came out of retirement.
Hey, Daniel.
He's the GOAT. That's 25% of a season almost.
Hey, Daniel. Do you know that in the playoffs, Jordan averaged 31 points a game during that season?
Yep.
So how's he out of shape, but yet he's still getting his normal playoff averages?
Man, listen,
My man was playing.
team chemistry, a lot of things going
Yeah,
to
it's
it.
team chemistry. It's the same players he already played with. What are you talking
Look,
about?
My
I
man
mean,
had
look, man,
time to train. He played another sport. It wasn't like he was just went to go chill on the couch for a
You know what I'm
year.
saying? They act like he came back with Charles Barkley weight or something.
Yeah, like he was
he had to
280.
get in the playing shape, man. I mean, that's all. It's all good, man. I mean,
it's
I
like,
know
what do
you
you
want to
wanna
hate
hear,
it.
though,
No,
Q?
Q, it's
What do
okay.
you want to hear from
It's
Jordan
all
fans?
right. 95, he didn't win. That's fine.
There
But
you
he's
go.
What do you want to hear?
There you go. He just said it.
6-0 in the final.
He just said it for me.
He's
I don't-
6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs.
Your mic went out. I can't hear you.
I know you can't.
your mic went out. I can't
I
hear
know
you.
you can't. I
So
know you can't.
Daniel, I want to throw this one over to you, man, because this is your guy
I mean,
was
you
gonna
need to
come
take
over
that
here.
straight off, talking about stay positive. You a negative motherfucker.
Your guy was supposed to come over here, but you the football head over here because Ralph he loves the Broncos, so he's dismissed.
Come on,
And
man. Don't be disrespectful.
so Andy Dalton signing to the Cowboys. What does that mean for Dak?
Speak
I
on it.
mean, honestly, the season that Dak had last year, it could possibly mean nothing, man. Because I mean, I can't see Dak regressing unless he just plans on fucking up on purpose, which don't make sense when he needs to get this check,
You
man.
need to get that, yeah.
But I mean, it does mean if he does sit out, they gonna be like, well, shit, we got Dalton. I think that's what they really did it for. Zeke
That's
set
the
out.
key.
Zeke set out. And they was like, we don't have nobody to replace Zeke. But now, oh, you want to sit out? But I know he can come in here and get me 28 touchdowns
Absolutely.
and win 9-10 games.
Well, what about you, Ralph? What you think that means? Does that mean that you think that means that they pretty much done negotiating with Dak, or they just like Daniel said at the point where they like, look, either you come or you don't. We good.
And that's where it's at. And I didn't like the move just because I want Dak to get his money. That's why I don't like the move. But if you talk about the Dallas Cowboys and Jerry Jones and where they're trying to go with it, they don't feel like Dak deserves that money. If you look at last season, there's no reason the Dallas Cowboys should not have made the playoffs. There's no reason. And I feel like if they would have made the playoffs and made some noise in the playoffs, that Dak would have his contract right now. We wouldn't be talking. So what I feel that Jerry Jones is saying is that Andy Dalton in that same situation with that same roster the Cowboys had last year, they were in the playoffs and they may have been successful in the playoffs. So I feel like Dak's kind of in a lose-lose situation because if he doesn't want to come, if he wants to sit out, the Cowboys are good. They're going to be in a little bit better of a situation than they were last year because I feel like they can still make the playoffs with Dalton at the quarterback. So I just feel like it hurts Dak in the end, and I feel like Dak has to come in and prove himself when he shouldn't have to.
One quick thing. Usually these good, well put together teams, you usually only have a 3 or 4 season window where they stay together. So it also could be an insurance policy if Dak gets hurt or something. They still got Dalton.
I mean, it's that, but you know, Jerry's like, I don't care if Dak plays or not. I don't care if he sits out or not. I mean, we got Andy, and we gonna be cool.
Yeah, that's true.
So you think it was Jerry's whole thinking behind it, like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get Andy, and I don't really give a damn if he comes for real or not.
I feel like he cares about Dak a little bit, but they only want to pay Dak what they want to pay him, and they've kind of said it, and this is what it's going to be.
Dak is better, but he's not like Peyton Manning, so it's just like
He's not.
B, let me ask you this real quick. Why have they not paid Dak Prescott, but yet they threw money at Tony Romo left and right? Why is Dak not getting paid?
I don't think they believe in him.
Say it. You said it, Daniel.
I mean, I don't think they believe in him. I mean, right now, you know, Dak is going to, you know, he's going to get their franchise tag. He's going to get that $31 million. He wants to negotiate the long-term deal. I mean, Dallas has it there, but they'll keep him on the franchise tag for a couple more years. I mean, if he now here's the flip side to that. If he steps up and wins the, you know, Super Bowl this year, they have no choice. I mean, they got to now. They could be. I mean, Jerry could be crazy and not pay him still, but I don't think they really believe in him. They knew they weren't going to get a quarterback.
he was convenient.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to go get Cam because they just don't know. First of all, you can't get Cam because Cam's not going to sit on the bench. He's going to be a cancer for you. So he's not going to accept a backup role. So you can't even waste your time there. They didn't take Jameis. Jameis came off the board. They really don't have a backup quarterback, so you might as well take Andy Dalton. He's a hometown kid. He went to school at didn't he go to TCU or somewhere?
TCU,
Yeah,
yeah.
TCU.
So he's a hometown kid. You're getting him for little, for little money. Plus he's a decent insurance policy. Plus you got if that gets hurt, he's somebody that can at least carry you. You know.
You don't want to be out there with Case Keenum.
I mean, athletically, I don't think that they are. I don't think that athleticism is that difference between either one of those two. To be honest, Dak is not a superior.
It's really not.
He's not a superior athlete, like that. And then to be technical with you, I would probably say Andy probably got a stronger arm than Dak. I mean, now, do I think that Andy's going to come in there and start? No, Dak's going to start. But I just don't think that they believe in, Dak Prescott. That's why this is taking so long. And Dak don't want to sign that franchise. He wants more money. And Jerry and them, they ain't going to give him more money. I mean, he's already getting $31 million. So they say, hey, we'll pay $31 million. Prove it to you.
Take it or leave it.
That's just crazy to me that a guy who, correct me if I'm wrong on this one, Dan, you got 2 division titles, right?
Right.
Does he have any playoff wins?
Nope.
No. Yeah, nope.
Okay,
He does
so
have one.
So he got two division titles, 1 playoff win, and yet he can't get paid. But Carson Wentz sat on the bench and got $108 million.
But they believe in Carson Wentz.
Okay, so I'll give you another example because it's hard. I try to look at stuff from all angles, and a lot of people are going to say it's because he's white. All right, cool. You got people like Aaron Donald, Todd Gurley, other people, Melvin Gordon, Le'Veon Bell. They got to sit out. They got to hold out to get their money. Zeke, Christian McCaffrey, here you go, buddy. You ain't got to worry about none of that.
Yeah.
So
what's the common denominator?
That definitely plays a factor in it.
That,
it definitely plays a factor in it because, like you said, Zeke had to sit out to get his money. Christian McCaffrey wasn't even off his rookie contract, and they just was like, "Here, we're just going to extend you off top. Don't even worry about it." So yeah, race definitely plays a huge factor in it. But also, this is a comment from Dave. He said, "This is typical Jerry Jones. When someone gets on his bad side, he ain't worried about moving on. Take T.O. for instance. Do y'all think Dak is on Jerry's bad side?"
He's getting it, but I don't think he is. He's not T.O. or Dez Bryant level.
Negotiate.
I personally don't think Jerry give a damn. I mean, he cares, but he don't care. And I hate, like you, Dan. I mean, I hate saying what you're saying because I
do too.
Try not to talk on that level, but when you really break this down, I mean, they paid Kirk Cousins.
Comes down to one thing.
They paid Kirk Cousins
$40 million, bro.
They paid Alex Smith.
Come on, man.
I mean, but if you
paid Nick Foles.
You look at the evolution, but if you look at the evolution of the position, and I say this, I mean, you've had, let's see, Doug Williams won the Super Bowl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
All right, Patrick Mahomes. Anybody else?
I'm trying to.
Got some losers, but I can't think of another one.
I can't think of no.
We're talking about black quarterbacks, then.
Yeah, I can't think.
Russell Wilson.
Okay, Russell Wilson. Yeah.
Okay, Russell. Yeah. I'm sorry,
but historically, John Elway, Tom Brady. I can keep going on and on.
Right.
I mean, these guys. I mean, when they come out of school. I mean, Carson Wentz. What he went, North Dakota State or Wyoming? One of those two out there.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
South Dakota State. Something like that.
Didn't know nothing about it. Nothing. I mean, I'm gonna break it down even simpler for you. This is the easiest thing. The Bears took Mitchell Trubisky,
a dude that played 18 college games,
and did not take Deshaun.
At North Carolina, by the way,
who was a proven winner, a champion. Didn't take Patrick Mahomes, and we can keep on going, right?
Yeah. Now I agree with you on that, but the running back aspect, it don't add up because we usually run that running back thing.
Yeah, we do.
I'm not gonna say McCaffrey is an anomaly because he's not. He's cold.
He's a thousand guy though. And we ain't
but it don't add up.
But hold on.
Dollars, it don't make sense.
Hold on. When's the last time that you saw that we had 1,000 guy?
The only person close,
I would say Marshall Faulk was the last guy I can think of.
Marshall Faulk and Alvin Kamara last year had 900 and something and 900.
Yeah.
So I mean,
that'd be about it. But I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta give it to McCaffrey because he's a monster. I mean,
he's cold.
He's a monster. I mean and the other side to it though. I'm not trying to back him up. I'm just keeping it real. With Cam gone, who's going to be the face of your team? It's got to be McCaffrey.
It's going to be McCaffrey, yeah.
I mean, so you're going to pay him. I mean, right, wrong, or indifferent. But it's very interesting because if you look at, running backs, the longevity of running backs is very small. So a lot of these guys are working like Zeke and those guys to get their money up front because Todd Gurley, who's my guy that was in Dallas that after he left Dallas he fizzled out. He went to Philadelphia. What was his name? Led the league.
DeMarco Murray.
Murray. Once you get them big contracts, it's over. So everybody trying to get their money right now.
Yeah. So he had a couple of seasons in Tennessee.
Real quick, go around the panel. Is Dak playing in Dallas next season? Ralph, yes or no?
Yes.
Daniel?
Yes.
B?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't see them getting that deal done.
But again, remember, Q, they can franchise him again.
I know, exactly. but then he could do like Le'Veon and just sit out though.
That boy want that money. Don't fool yourself.
Yeah,
you want that money.
Don't pay us up to 31, 32 million. That's all I can say.
You need to be watching that Eagles situation because your boy can't stay on the field and they got hurt. So that's who you need to be watching out for. He's motivated. He's a hard worker. And Wentz can't stay on the field. Whether it be concussion.
But maybe this motivates that. Maybe it motivates that, and makes him go out there and prove it. I mean, hell, he went out there. He played last season with no contract, which I thought was crazy. But he's on a franchise tag again. He got the same situation. So,
hey, let's take Kirk Cousins for example. What do you go 2 years on franchise tag with the Redskins, and then he gets
he made $70 million.
So.
Yep. Fully guaranteed.
He pimped the shit. How much did Bridgewater get?
How much did Bridgewater get? I'm going to have to look that up. While I look that up, let me ask y'all this because it's just popped in my head from an earlier statement that B had talked about earlier with Dres and Patrick. When people discuss their top 5 all-time lists, whether it be basketball, football, field hockey, lacrosse, water polo, whatever it is, should it be relegated to the players that you've seen in your lifetime? Or all-time period?
I just had this debate. We were watching.
That's a hard question, but go ahead.
We were watching the NFL draft. So some people don't want to count those guys that played in the 70s, 60s, and they dribble on with one hand and they spinning with the ball in the same. Somebody don't want to catch it.
Yeah, we're talking to you, B. Dotson, with that Bob Cousy remark. But go ahead, though.
But you can't. I don't understand how you can't count Pete Maravich. You got to count.
Yeah, you got to count.
He's still a bucket. I mean, a man's averaging 40 in college.
I mean, you got to count Oscar Roberts.
Yeah.
I think that's why a lot of people's list different because I thought about it like this in this aspect is when we get older and this younger generation coming up, their all-time greatest point guard might be Steph Curry. You see what I'm saying? And that's because they seen him. We all, pretty much are old enough to have seen Magic and a little bit of Larry as well, because Larry came out just as we was coming to elementary school.
We caught him with the back problems.
Yeah. So we can kind of remember their careers a little bit. These kids now, they don't know nothing about that, especially like B said, the Jordan aspect of it. So their top 5 is going to be completely different from our top 5. So is it just because we don't want to throw shade at the legends? Or should we just do it because this is people who we saw and think are the top 5 greatest? What about you, B?
Well, I mean, if you go based upon that, now you got to go back and say, well, we never saw Bill Russell play.
Yeah.
We never saw Wilt Chamberlain play. They were dominant figures in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on who you talk to, I mean, we talk and, I'll yell Jordan, you'll yell LeBron, blah, blah, blah. But nobody's mentioning Kareem. Nobody's mentioning Wilt. Nobody's mentioning Bill Russell. So there's definitely validity to what you're saying. And by the time this young generation, they're going to say somebody like Mike Scott.
Nah, come on, bro. Mike Scott.
And see, I'm gonna put this comment up here. Dave Reese, he said, I debated with a guy that didn't even know who Dr. J was. And see, that's what I'm saying because.
Hey, Q,
go ahead,
I didn't
Ralph.
cut you off, but that's what I wanted to kind of cut in. That's what I was going to say. It's about your knowledge of the sport. If you're going to argue basketball, if you're going to argue football, it's just about your knowledge of the sport. If you're willing to go back and remember all the greats from back then because you want all that knowledge of the sport, then you're going to say some of the old people. If you just want to be stuck on now and what somebody's giving to you now, what you see now, then you're going to say Steph Curry, you're going to say LeBron. But you can't forget about Michael. That's why I like that the documentary came out, because I feel like a lot of the new millennials and new generation, they just forget about Michael. They forget about Kobe. Kobe ain't played in however many years, so you forget how great Kobe was. So I just think it's about your knowledge of the game and how far you go into whatever sport you're going to try to debate or argue with.
Because I know Ralph, not Ralph, my bad, Daniel, you probably get into this a lot on Facebook as well. When you list top fives, whatever the case may be, people say, "Oh, you didn't even get to see them play," and it's like, does it matter? Like, they accolades and shit speaks for itself. So does it matter that I didn't get to see them play?
And back in the day, when ESPN didn't have all these shows, they used to air all them old games. Like every day, you could click on ESPN Classic, game after game after game. So
come on now.
That's what it is, man. I mean, it's when you're having these debates and these conversations. I mean, as you start having that conversation, you start seeing or having, that interaction with the person, and they're just talking about today's player, and you ask them a question about somebody in the past and they don't know it. It's not a conversation.
We don't even have the combo. Yeah,
come on, that's nothing to talk about.
So that's how you really, before you start having those debates and stuff, you really have to gauge a person's
basketball knowledge. I think, Ralph, you summed it up as far as you got to know your basketball knowledge. V and Daniel, you talked about this when we worked at All Connect together. Why doesn't Kareem Abdul-Jabbar get more GOAT love?
I think it's just the generation, for real.
Absolutely.
Because they didn't really do this whole GOAT thing until the last 10 plus years. I mean, I don't know, but when I was 5, 8, 10, nobody was talking about the GOAT. Yeah. So I mean, if it had happened when I was like 3, 4, between the older generation, they would have been saying Kareem. But people, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know if I got to see Kareem play. You know what I mean?
I think Kareem came out. Correct me if I'm wrong on this, Ledge. I think he came out in 90. Because he wasn't on that Lakers team that won the title. So he was either 90 or 91. He came 90. It must have been 90.
It was before. It was either 90 or before. It was 90 or before. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I mean, of course, I saw Kareem play. I mean, I was back, but Kareem was in that era, because you got to remember the NBA was damn near dead. Before, when you got to the 70s, like when you were in the early 70s and stuff like that. I mean, it really wasn't that much. I mean, and then it was Magic. It was, Magic and Larry. That rivalry started, when it was Michigan State and Indiana State. So, you had 60,000 people watching that game live, and then you had all these other people watching. That's what kind of, rejuvenated the game of basketball. Because, you got to remember, Larry Bird was drafted by Boston while he was still playing for Indiana State.
Yeah.
Okay. So then Magic came out. They both came out at the same time, and then everything just took off, and then after that, Jordan, et cetera, et cetera. So those were the groups of people that brought the NBA back up to what it was, of course, with David Stern. But before that, the NBA was just kind of just flat. It was just flatline. So that's part of it as well, because Lou Alcindor at that time was with the Bucks. Probably early 70s and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, when you had Wilt and Bill Russell, I mean, it was popular, but Boston was pretty much running the gamut at that point in time. I mean, so it was a popular sport, but it wasn't. It definitely wasn't anywhere close to, of course, where it is now. So those guys were the ones that brought it up. So
Daniel, to go back to what you was talking about as far as the GOAT conversation, David, he said the GOAT convo didn't really start until James' third or fourth year because before that it was always Jordan and everyone else.
Yep.
I would say it probably started when LeBron went to the finals in his fourth year. I think it's probably it started, but it didn't get to the groundswell it is now until I would say probably 3 years ago.
I heard a little bit of Kobe, giving Jordan a run, this and that, but it's still like you said, the GOAT, the actual term, that conversation, like you said, about year 4 for LeBron. It's because they wanted LeBron. I don't know. I mean, now I will say he's one of the only players that have so much hype and clout and fulfill almost everything that he was deemed to fulfill. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Besides Kobe.
But I think it's because, like you said,
And
I'm
I
ignoring.
mean, because he said he was going to do that, and Kobe really did it. So I mean,
I'm not. I mean, I'm still ignoring that. But it's because you know what? Fuck this. I'm out, man. Nah, I think it's because, like you said, LeBron has so much built up momentum and hype coming into the NBA. He was already pegged as the next. So when he went to that first NBA Finals, and although he lost, people were like, okay, everything that people have been saying is pretty much validated because he at least got to the finals at such a young age. So as he started to progress, the GOAT conversation became more and more because he started winning more and more. And
he was the
just
first social media era kid. So,
yeah, he just happened to play on teams that were horrible, so that's why he didn't really end up winning any titles. But anyways, going back to
Is that why?
Yep. If B can say that about the '95 Bulls, I'm gonna say this about LeBron James.
Hey, if you're good enough to have the league's best record twice, you was good enough to win a championship.
I don't remember those years. But anyways, back to the NFL. Daniel, I'm gonna throw this one over to you. B, what doing?
I ain't said a word. I ain't said that to you. I just put my hands up. I ain't said a word.
Oh, so just like the Warriors had the league's best record, but the Cavs beat them.
But at least they made it to the finals.
They did, and they lost. But
they did.
They did, but they lost. But top 5 current quarterback wide receiver combo, Daniel. Who you got in the league right now?
Top 5. Well, one. I mean, I don't know if you could have counted Tom Brady and Edelman. I don't know if you can count that, but because he's gone now. But I mean, we got to go based off the seasons that've been played.
Okay.
Now I'll probably say Brady and Mike Evans, but we ain't seen him play yet.
Hell no.
I know he like that. I know he like that.
He said, "Hell no."
But yeah, I would have went. Is this of the decade or just
no
of the current season?
Right now.
Current teams playing right now.
Oh, current season.
Right
Okay. Okay, we got to go Matt Ryan and Julio Jones.
Okay.
Damn, it's hard because you could have went Keenan Allen and Phillip Rivers, but he's gone. So now I'm gonna throw my guy in there.
Hold on. Are we doing this based off of the teams starting next year?
Season?
Yeah, next season.
We have
next
to.
Season.
Oh, because
next
I was
season.
gonna put Deshaun Watson and Hopkins,
But obviously you can't do that. Yeah. So this is going to the new season.
Got you. All right. So Aaron Rodgers and Devontae.
Of course.
Matt Ryan, Julio. Then I gotta go Mike Thomas, Drew Brees.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna go.
Don't be disrespectful.
I know. You better say it. Look, I know he's talking about one man and one man only. I know who he's talking about. Mahomie
and Tyreek, but hey, Tyreek rubbed me the wrong way. He's starting to get hurt. Tyreek's my guy, though.
There you go, Daniel. Daniel, me and you, we never really agree, but today we've been on it, boy. You my dude today.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna go there, and then I'm torn between Deshaun Watson and Brandon Cooks, but I'm gonna go ahead and say fuck them. I'm gonna go with Jared Goff and Cooper Kupp, my guys.
Stop it. That's a homer right there.
Is that what that was?
He had 1,100 yards and 9 touchdowns, man.
So before I get to you, Ralph, Dave Reese, he said he got Breeze and Michael Thomas 1, Big Ben and Juju 2, Tom Brady, Mike Evans 3, I guess Dalton, Dak, whichever one starts, Amari Cooper, and Phillip Rivers and T.Y. Hilton 5.
Interesting.
I somewhat agree.
What
Can't
you got,
agree with
Ralph?
him.
I don't like that Dak, man.
You gonna like his cue. So I kind of went, I went with Tom Brady and Mike Evans. I went with Tom Brady and Gronk, but we had to go with receivers. So I'll do a Mike Evans
He's a
slash
receiver.
Gronk.
He's a receiver. Right? Gronk's
Huh?
he's a receiver,
No,
right?
he's a tight end, but
Nah.
that's his best receiver. That's gonna be Tom Brady's number one.
So you can't count Gronk as a receiver?
I wouldn't
I
say.
do on my list. I don't know if you can, but I do on my list. I'll just throw Mike Evans in there just because he's the actual
Okay.
receiver. I got Dak and Amari Cooper. I got A-Rod and Devontae. I got Pat Mahomes and T. Hill / Kelsey, and I got Breeze and Michael Thomas.
Is that 5 in order?
My number one was Breeze and Michael Thomas. My number two was Pat Mahomes, T. Hill / Kelsey. 3 was A-Rod, Devontae. 4 was Dak and Cooper, and 5 was Tom Brady and Gronk / Mike Evans.
Your list is trash already. I don't like that list. That list is trash, bro. Get that shit on up out of here.
I got a question after he gives his list.
Now
too.
go
I
ahead.
got a question
Jump
for
on
you.
in. Now go ahead.
I was gonna say, bro, what are you gonna be like if Tom Brady somehow comes out and has that Peyton Manning last year season, bro?
I don't like this. I don't like this question.
Donuts.
I don't like this question. So we gonna go to B because I don't like this question. Now, if he comes out and has a Peyton Manning last season, bro.
Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl.
And y'all signed him to 2 years, right?
2 years,
Where's
25.
Mike
2
at?
years,
Mike
25,
is
fully
still playing
guaranteed.
rookie
2 years.
Hey, I'm gonna be hurt.
I don't know, bro. It depends on if it was still more productive than Jameis Winston, because Peyton Manning's
won't
last
be.
season.
It is.
Peyton Manning's last season, he threw 18 touchdowns and I want to say 12 or 14 interceptions.
But was it 30 for 30?
No.
It wasn't enough. You throw
Hey,
18
I'm a
touchdowns
Broncos
if you want to.
fan.
That's a losing
Well,
season.
okay, I'll put it like this then. I'll
win
put it like this. And Ralph, you could probably co-sign because you're a Broncos fan. It depends on what our defense is like at that point.
Right,
If our defense is
Absolutely.
nice, I'm cool with that. But if our defense is trash, we might have to eat that salary, bro. We have to eat that, let that go. But B, who's you got your top 5 quarterback wide receiver combo?
So we doing it in order.
Yeah,
You can do it in order, yeah.
Number one, I got Drew Brees
See?
and Mike Thomas. I mean,
That's my guy, Larry.
that's just a given. I mean,
That's my guy.
number 2, I got Mahomes and Hill and Kelsey. Number 3, I got A-Rod and Adams.
Oh, man, that's dead on.
Mhm.
Number four, I got Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett.
Ooh.
I like it, but that's
And
a
number,
reach.
five, number 5, I got Matt Ryan and Julio Jones just because they just too inconsistent for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna review your list real quick, but you and Jones, y'all on the right field because he had Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett too, so y'all got a lot in common. But anyways, you said Breeze and Michael Thomas was one. Who was your 2?
2 was Mahomes and Hill / Kelsey.
And then 3 was
A-Rod, that monster.
that's why they drafted the quarterback.
I
But
know.
3 was A-Rod.
I see A-Rod with the Bears, but go ahead.
You said 3 was A-Rod, 4 was,
Russell Wilson and Tyler Lockett.
and then 5 was Matt Ryan and Julio.
Yeah.
No Tom Brady. Sorry.
I ain't no time in
Thank
there.
you.
I ain't got. I don't have. I just don't have. Y'all like. Here's my thing. Y'all like Tom, and I thought about it. I like Tom, and I think that they're gonna do well. But the question really becomes for me. Mike Evans is a guy. He's what 6'5", 6'6". He's a guy that's gonna get down the field, just like Chris Godwin's gonna get down the field. But until I see it, I just don't. Is he gonna have that like what you
The
said?
arm.
Gonna have that? Is he gonna have that wobbly ball? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because with that being the case, the game changes. Because if he ain't got that arm to throw it down, then now the game changes. This is where your Julian Edelman's come into play. This is where your Gronks come into play.
And they let Humphries go.
They
so.
got Godwin though.
Yeah, but again, who's playing the slot? But what I'm saying is,
They got 3 tight ends.
once you took Gronk out of it, that's why I had to take them. That's why I took Tom Brady out of it. If I could put Gronk in it, I would say that because I think he's going to utilize Gronk more than anybody else.
Oh yeah, just because of the familiarity there, and with this COVID-19 stuff, they don't know how many practices they're gonna have, or even if we're gonna have a season in general. But if it does happen to come, he already knows him and Gronk's on the same page. But
more, not necessarily for that reason. I said because of the standpoint just with his arm. I just don't think, he's going to have that type of arm. And I could be wrong, but I don't think he's going to have that type of arm where you're going to utilize your Chris Godwins and your Mike Evans.
But how do we know that? He didn't have nobody on the Patriots that he could push the ball down the field with.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to see his arm.
I don't feel that way about his arm. I think he's going to be okay.
Man, he just went Brady. Who is this?
I top 5 Brady to Evans, Brady to Godwin, Brady to Johnson, Brady to Gronk, Brady to Howard.
Hey, all you gotta do is go through his Facebook pictures, man, then you'll get it.
Oh my God! He must be your boy, Q.
I like it. I like his list. Now my top 5 combo is number 1 Brady Evans. B, make me tell you again. You turn around and look at me when I'm talking to you, B. So number two is Brees, Michael Thomas. 3, I got Pat Mahomes, Tyreek Hill. 4, I got Matt Ryan and Julio. 5, I got Jameis Winston in every secondary in the NFL for my top 5.
Hey, don't be mad now because he's gone.
Nah, not 5.
How you gonna put Tom Brady and Mike Evans over those dudes? That don't even make no sense.
It makes perfect sense once you see what
they have no chemistry yet. They don't have no chemistry, man.
Oh, we ain't worried about that. We already practice. We practicing right now, baby.
Tom can't throw the ball 50 yards downfield no more.
You gonna see. You gonna see. Mike Evans had 1,100 yards and 8 touchdowns. Was a guy who kept throwing it to the wrong team. I think Tom Brady gonna be all right.
Put that ball up. Mike Evans is always hurt too. But anyway, it don't matter.
Jameis just put the ball up. Mike just had to go get it. That's all it was because he didn't know where the ball was going to. So he just had to go get it.
I will guarantee you all right now that
Tom won't have 5,000 yards.
You think?
Tom ain't gonna throw for 5,000 yards.
So that's where the yards come in.
He gonna throw for 4,900 though. What'd you say, Ralph?
I give him at least 4,000.
Yeah, he throwing for 4,900. Yeah, easy. Out top.
4,900.
Who's your running back?
It don't even matter. Back committee.
I'm just asking. Who's your running back?
Right now is Ronald Jones. He played the
they didn't pick up a running back?
They did, but I don't know if they're gonna start him. We picked up running back in the second round, but will he start?
I was just curious. I didn't know if they got a free agent or not. I couldn't remember.
No.
Tom Brady's not gonna throw the ball 35 times a game like Jameis. So your stats might be inflated. Your thoughts of the stats might be inflated in your head right now.
Well, you know what? I'm perfectly fine with that because Jameis threw it 35 times a game, and out of those 35 times, so I'm cool with that. I'm all right with that. But now, this was also before we head out of here. This is also a conversation we had yesterday as well about Emmitt Smith. Is he the greatest running back ever, or was he just a product of that offensive line?
I'm not even going. You know how I feel about it. Andy played forever.
Huh?
Andy played forever.
Sanders is my favorite of all time. So
what?
Frank Gore is doing the same thing. This is the only thing I can think of. Frank Gore just signed with the Jets. He's just trying to play till he can break the record. Then we'll be asking, is Frank Gore the best running back of all time because he breaks the record because he played 20 years?
So you saying Emmitt Smith is just a product of just playing how long he played? It wasn't necessarily
and the offensive line and the offensive line. Imagine that Barry Sanders played for the Cowboys.
Thank you. That's what I said. That's the greatest.
He'd be the GOAT.
Exactly.
He'd be the GOAT.
So who is the best in your opinion? Running back of all time.
Mike Allstott.
Okay.
Joliet Academy, Illinois. Went to Joliet Academy.
Yeah, that's a tough question for real. You got Walter Payton.
Say it again, David.
You got Walter Payton.
Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, then Emmitt.
Greatest of all time.
Say that again. I only need to see the first one.
Well, he's a Chicago native, so of course.
Exactly. There's that again. There's
It
that
is.
again.
We're talking about Walter Payton, man. This Walter. It ain't got to do with the fact that everybody want to be Walter Payton, man. I mean,
I don't remember that.
yeah. Okay.
I grew up with kids wanting to be Barry Sanders. I hear
Yeah.
I know Walter Payton.
I hear you. Well, fuck it. If you ain't gonna give it to Walter, then I'm gonna give it to Jim Brown.
Ooh,
I figured. Hey, I was gonna say, I forgot Jim Brown when he named that list across the screen.
Yeah.
So,
Just saying. If you're not gonna be disrespectful to Walter, then you're gonna give it to Jim Brown.
I ain't,
But
got,
I'm just-
he said Sanders too.
I ain't got no problem with that. So,
Oh, well, you take Ike off the screen. Ain't he the one that put Brady? And shit?
yeah, he's speaking knowledge. He's speaking fact. You
crazy.
keep speaking from Facebook jail, fam. I know your minutes is running out on the Facebook jail time, but you keep speaking your facts, bro. I'll see you when I get back in there because I'm sure I'll be back in there soon.
Yeah, you and Q, y'all, man. You know what? You need to go back to that black and yak and black.
Yak and math. So
Hey, I got
NBA
something for y'all,
facilities
man.
are opening
Yeah, I
up this
need it.
Friday. So does that mean that the NBA is probably about to resume here soon?
No,
No,
Damn.
Yeah, I don't think so.
this is just step one.
no.
Because you got to remember, they're opening up only in places that don't have the stay-at-home mandated. So it's only in those states. It's not even going to be all of the teams.
Hmm.
Yeah,
And
so
last question before we get out of here, B. I want to throw this one to you because I feel like you're gonna have a lot to say about this one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go B, I'm gonna go Daniel, and I'm gonna go Ralph. Why is it that LeBron James and Michael Jordan fans cannot coexist?
glad you
Look at everybody giggling.
Get him, legend.
Why can LeBron James fans and Michael Jordan fans not get along with each other? It's almost damn like Bloods and Crips.
It is.
I don't see it that way. I don't think that it's I don't think it's that deep. I just think that it's a generational thing, is what I think.
Put some money on my books.
I think it's a generational thing. I mean, I think that, I'm gonna be biased towards Michael just because I saw it, the whole thing. And I saw it when he had nothing. I saw how he dominated. I saw it, and then I'm able to see the Kobe. I'm able to see the LeBron, and I have that comparison. So from my perspective, I have the ability. I'm going to see it. LeBron's entire career. I've seen Jordan's entire career, so I can make that judgment, whether it's right or wrong. I can make that judgment, and so it doesn't bother me. I can have those debates and make that judgment. It doesn't bother me that way. But I think what happens is a lot of the new school people, it's just LeBron. LeBron this, LeBron that. Well, Iverson did a lot too. Iverson impacted the game a lot too. Iverson still the only dude who still play other than Kawhi playing in braids, cornrow. So I mean, and there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of people out there. You just don't hear a lot about it. A lot of people out there that think that Iverson was the greatest. You'd be surprised,
Yeah.
But I really think it's just a generational thing. And I just think that the young cats, man, they just on LeBron. They on LeBron. They on Steph. They on KD. Kobe doesn't come into play because Kobe's in the middle. It's just a timing thing with Kobe. That's why he would never be really in that conversation because he's trapped in between Jordan and everybody else. So Kobe never is in the equation. So when you fools like you, Q, when you get up there, you LeBron sexuals, when y'all get up there and make it, there's nothing else but LeBron. You can count the number of, hairs on his balls. I mean, yeah, you've done that. You wrote a book on it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Y'all, this is what y'all seen, man. That's all you know, and you're biased by it. And you're not open. And I think that's what it is. I think that people are just not open. They're not open to accept the fact that, the Jordans and somebody else has done it before, and it's just better. You you know, you just want to keep, you know, tickle. That's what y'all want to do. Oh, LeBron, he just LeBron. Hey, man, there's real killers that's out here, Q. There's real guys that are out here to do it. I mean, this guy was the guy that refused to lose.
Except for 95.
And Jay said he going to play on a broken foot. LeBron got to get carried off the court.
Come on now.
You know, Paul Pierce went off in a wheelchair.
So did that season he broke his foot?
Hey, don't bring up that Paul Pierce, bro.
He went down.
So that season he broke his foot. Did Jordan win a title? I must have missed that season. Did Jordan win a title when he broke his foot?
I'm sorry. KD went down. They carried him out the court.
My dog shot free throws.
My dog did like this.
Nobody has answered my question. When Michael broke his foot, did he win a title?
Y'all didn't want no help.
When Michael broke his foot, did he win a title? Yes or no?
I don't give no damn about no title. I'm talking about what's going on right now.
Of course you don't. You're a Jordan fan. Of course you don't care about no title.
Let y'all tell it. The title when he got carried off for crimps.
Let y'all. B brought that up, not me. So let y'all tell it.
Right, I brought it up because you asked about the comparison between LeBron and Jordan.
No, I didn't. I said they're fans.
You a fan?
No, I'm not. I'm unbiased. So. Enough with B. I'm gonna let him get back to sucking Jordan. So I'm gonna let him, go back to what he was doing. Because Daniel, why do you think Jordan and LeBron fans cannot coexist?
I mean, I done said this over the last few weeks. The GOAT conversation or comparing Kobe, Jordan, LeBron, it would be dead if it was no LeBron fans. Kobe and Jordan fans are cool with it. You could say Jordan 1, Kobe 2. We cool with that. You can make it as simple as Kobe only won 5 rings and Jordan won 6. You can leave it that simple. We cool with Kobe being 2. LeBron fans are just so thirsty for him to be at the top. It don't matter.
Say it, Daniel.
It don't. They come up with anything. They created new stats. They created PER and all these other crazy stats just to try to make LeBron seem like he was the GOAT. Like, bro, they come up with anything. And like you said.
Yeah, they won't talk about free throw.
Kobe won't get talked about because he's in between the two. He's sandwiched in the middle. But the craziest thing is, like he said, you didn't see it. Q's older than me, and I seen Kobe, so I know they seen Kobe. They just want to dismiss him. Yeah, and Kobe he was getting on that level to where everybody just jacks him off, no matter color, race. But when he got that Colorado thing, that kind of blackballed him for a couple years, and he had to work his way back up. You know what I mean? LeBron ain't had no scandals, so they just jerk every day. You know what I mean?
I don't understand why that's relevant. I mean,
but that's what they did. Huh?
I mean, Kobe tried to jump in somebody's butt.
So now that Daniel's done,
I'm just talking about from a media perspective.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because all you hear, no matter what, LeBron gets on camera and dances off beat like he always does, and they posting it on TV. You know what I'm saying? Kobe fell off with the Colorado thing, and they kind of blackballed him. He had to work his way back up. And I mean, even when he died, people still bringing that up. So that lets you know
they can't let
I guess Jordan and Kobe are the same because when Jordan said that the Bulls were what they call them the cocaine circus or whatever it was,
traveling cocaine circus,
and then Kobe said what he said about Shaq. Said something about Shaq. So I guess him and Jordan are the same. They tell on each other, right?
They got them snitching tendencies. Ralph, why do you think they can't get along with each other?
LeBron just gets you fired.
There you go.
Do your damn job. We ain't got to worry about that.
Why can't they get along? Because Jordan fans see it for what it is, and LeBron fans see it for what they want to see. Look, I believe, I don't care what LeBron does from here on out for the rest of his career, he will never be better than Jordan. I don't care what he does. For y'all, LeBron fans, every little thing that he does, he can go outside and do something nice in the community, and y'all gonna say he's the greatest man ever. It don't matter what this man does. It's not even about basketball, man. It's about whatever little thing LeBron does that y'all can kind of like he said.
For real, bro.
Again. and say that he did something good. Okay, LeBron opened up a school. Okay, he did all this. That don't have
Let's do a
nothing to do with
basketball.
him as a basketball player. Has nothing to do with that. I don't care about that. We talking about basketball. We talking about finals when it count the most. Both of them. Both of them. You should have
Right.
wrote LeBron James on them. That's what it is, Q. What y'all
So-
gonna find next to try
But
to
how
put him
can y'all-
over Jordan?
How can y'all say man
Basketball
3
wise,
and
it's
6 in
over.
the finals is the
So
GOAT?
so now that y'all done deep throating, I'm gonna talk my talk now. Now that all y'all done deep throating.
Can you answer that question?
Go ahead, what'd you say?
How can you say a man that's 3 and 6 in the finals is the GOAT, bro? Come on.
The same way B Legend acts like 95 didn't exist. So we gonna keep it. We gonna leave it at that. We
Go
gonna
ahead,
leave it at
Q.
that.
I want to hear your answer, Q.
The reason why is because people like y'all three. The Last Dance documentary is about who?
The GOAT.
Not
Bull.
LeBron.
Okay, it's about Michael
Bulls.
Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. So why
Right.
is it every Sunday night at 9 p.m.
The
when
whole
they
world
play?
was shut down. Everything shut down.
No, I'm playing Grand Theft Auto. So every Sunday night when I'm playing Grand Theft Auto, and I'm scrolling on Facebook, the first thing everybody's talking about is how LeBron can't do this, LeBron can't do that. The documentary is not about LeBron, it's about Jordan. So why is
So you
everybody so fixated on talking about what LeBron can and can't do when the documentary is about Michael Jordan?
Who's
That's
gonna
why-
answer that? You want me to answer?
Go ahead.
You want to know why? Because Jordan don't get to do nothing on a day-to-day basis like your boy LeBron gets to do on a day-to-day basis.
But hold on. You just said it's not about what's off the court. You just said it's not about off the court.
Taco Tuesday.
Come on, man.
You just said it's not about off the court. What we're watching is about what Jordan went through on the court. So why is it this documentary, the first thing everybody wants to do is comment about how, LeBron, he would have did this. LeBron, he would have did bro, why are y'all bringing up LeBron? That's why we can't get along, is because every time something gets displayed about Jordan, y'all automatically start comparing it to LeBron. And then when we debate against it,
What do LeBron fans
not
do?
y'all, not y'all
We don't.
individually. I'm talking about collectively Jordan
But what
fans,
do
especially
LeBron
B.
fans do though, Q?
Nothing.
We
We
do
just
the same thing.
we just chill and drink. That's it. That's all we do.
B, bro.
we just chill and
Strong
drink.
B.
LeBron never came. Jordan never came from 3-1 down. You know why he didn't come from 3-1 down? Because he didn't have to.
Down 3-1.
Because there was no competition to be down
He didn't
3-1.
have to. That's why he didn't do it. It don't
It was a
mean
wa-
nothing because LeBron did it. Who cares?
I mean,
Jordan
the
didn't
NBA,
have to do it.
the NBA was watered down back then, so I mean, he didn't have to worry about coming
Come
down.
on,
Back
y'all
then,
come
the
with
East was the
that
toughest.
lame stuff. The NBA was watered down.
LeBron had the
NBA
easy
was-
East.
Wasn't no talent.
East
Why?
Okay. All right, so let me ask you this, Ralph.
Best record in the league for 2 consecutive years and didn't win the title.
Okay. So, Ralph, the league wasn't watered down. Name me the top 5 shooting guards from the 90s. Go.
Here you go, Q.
That's what I thought.
This is why we
That's what
can't
I
get along.
thought.
This is
That's what
why-
I thought.
This is why. This
What's
is
the
why
top five
y'all
now?
nitpick
Huh?
every little thing y'all
This is top
can.
5 now.
You can go James Harden, you can go Clay, you can go Paul George.
Oh
And that's
my
just off the top of
God.
my head. Now, you name
They're
me
not
3
shooting
small.
guards. They're not shooting guards. Paul George is a small forward. Next.
Tell it to Kawhi Leonard then. Next.
Tell what? The Kawhi Leonard's
Exactly.
not a
That's what I
superstar.
thought.
What you talking
So
about?
I just named 3 off the top of my head.
You can easily say, you said from the 90s, you can say, anybody can say, you could name Allen Houston, you can name Ron Harper, you can name Jordan. I can keep going.
Hey, why'd you say
Reggie
Allen
Miller?
Wilson? That wasn't a good example.
He said it like that was hard to do.
But who are they? Who are they?
Oh
What
my
do you
God.
mean?
But
Who
what's
are
the
they?
point to your question though, Q? You always ask questions, but what's the point, bro?
The point was the 90s was watered down. Y'all just don't want to admit to it. That's all that is.
Bro,
Damn.
LeBron played in the East.
The difference between that is in the 90s, man, it was still a big man's game. It was still a big man's game, and Jordan came in and started transcending the game. Now it's not a big man's game. You agree or disagree with that, Q?
It ain't been a big man's game in a while.
But when Jordan played, you might have to play a championship contender in the first round. When LeBron came into the East, if you had a good team, you guaranteed to make it past the first round.
Hold on, you said when Jordan played, he had to play a championship contender in the first round.
Right.
All the time.
So the Charlotte Hornets were championship contenders. The Atlanta Hawks were championship contenders. That's what you're telling me right now. That's what you're telling me. Okay, you're right.
What
You're right.
I'm telling you is that the East was more competitive back then than it was when LeBron was in the East.
No, it wasn't. It was the same 3 teams in the East, which was the Knicks, Pacers, and Bulls. That was it. And the Magic was there for 2 years, and then they was disappeared.
No, he played the Celtics too. He played the Pistons.
Yeah. I mean, what are you
In the
talking
90s?
That was only
in the 90s.
Yeah.
Boy, y'all higher than the temperature right now.
What is
boy.
LeBron?
Cleveland had a squad in the 90s, bro.
What is LeBron's success rate?
Name
on
him.
any
Cleveland
team
did.
in the 90s?
Bro,
So-
Cleveland played Cleveland.
Yeah. Mark Price, Brad Daugherty, Ron Harper,
Yeah.
Larry Nance, and I can't forget the other. I forgot the other guy's name, but that's 4 starting 5.
That's why they starting 5. Now show me the Hall of Famer on that team.
Mark Price,
Yep.
Brad Daugherty ain't one.
Brad Daugherty. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame. He might be, but I don't think.
Thank y'all
he
for
is.
proving my point. Thank you.
Ain't
Thank y'all for proving my point. Jordan didn't play against nobody like that for real.
Who's
He didn't play
LeBron
against
playing
nobody.
against? Who's
Who-
LeBron
who-
playing against?
Name a Hall of Famer on the Hawks. 'Cause that's who
Arguably the
can
second greatest small forward of all time.
Who on the Hawks? I'm
Well,
talking about on the
I was
Hawks when
talking to-
LeBron played them.
Yeah,
okay.
I was answering Ralph's question. Yeah, but go ahead. What was you saying about the
You just
Hawks?
act like LeBron plays such.
I said because you talking about Hall of Famers. Who was the Hall of Famer on the Hawks when LeBron was beating them in the first round?
But
Who's the Hall?
Nobody.
I never said it wasn't watered down though. I never said the East wasn't
okay.
weak.
Okay, because
I meant the East was weak. I ain't got no problem saying that.
He playing the Wizards.
And then when he got to the West, he got his butt whooped.
Yeah, I ain't got no problem with saying the East was weak when LeBron played. I ain't got no
Yeah.
problem.
So I
It's
mean,
just
he should. He not 8 straight finals is a great accomplishment, but it's a lot easier when you guaranteed to make it past the first 2 rounds every year.
I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah.
It's just y'all Jordan fans act like Jordan just played in a cutthroat Eastern Conference and every single round was just like, oh my god. It's not true.
Once you got to the semis and the finals, it was a barn burner.
It was over.
It was a barn burner. You got
Even the team he played against knew it was over. We gonna try.
Cleveland. You had a bunch of teams you had to go through, man. It was a barn burner, man. Just go back and do your research, man.
So those teams that you're talking about,
Yeah.
where would you rank them on all-time greatest list of teams?
Nah.
They wouldn't be nowhere close to it. Nowhere
That's
close
why
to
we
it.
can't get along with LeBron fans. Y'all gonna try to chop it down every
The
chance you get.
Because no, he's talking about from the East. He's talking about from the East. But that's my point. People act like Jordan just had to go through this gauntlet every single season in the East,
Who
and it's
acts
like it's
like
not
that, though,
true.
Q?
Huh?
Who acts like that though? Who acts like he went through a gauntlet? We don't act like that. We just act like the games that he played, he won.
No.
That's it.
Not true. That's not true. That's
Coach
not true.
Q.
He had
What
battles.
is it? Coach Q wanna wear Astros hat. What's my Astros hat got to do with anything?
I mean, he had battles. I mean, he had the Pacers. He had the battle. He had Boss. He had the battle. He had the battle. The Knicks. He had battles, man. I mean,
I didn't say he didn't.
Dominique was still there too with the Hawks. I mean, he had battles, man.
Yeah, where would you rank them teams all time?
What were you
Nowhere
ranked?
close.
Okay, and what about what team other than take Golden State out of it? What team is ranked anywhere?
Exactly.
Nobody.
Thank you.
A lot of teams.
Maybe
Spurs. The
What
Spurs
the
would rank the
maybe the
Spurs.
Spurs.
He lost
Maybe
to the Spurs.
They beat the Spurs too.
They got lucky. Ray Allen beat the Spurs. He did.
Ginobili did trick it. They should have lost to the Spurs twice.
Hey man, shoulda, coulda, woulda don't get it done. All I know is my guy had a game 7. The Spurs could have won that game. Could they not be?
Once they lost that game 6 on that shot,
Yeah, it was over.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. Hey, you need to talk to Tim Duncan and Coach Pop about that. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I ain't talking to nobody about it. But what I'm saying is, who are the legendary teams, man? That
I
y'all
just told you.
what legendary teams
Nobody.
in Golden State that you went through?
Spurs.
Take them out. Who else?
But then take that the legendary. Who did Jordan go through that was legendary teams?
The Bulls. The Knicks, the Pacers, the Seahawks.
Seahawks. Hey B, come close to the camera. You got something. Hey B, you got something right here on your lip.
No, I don't.
You got a little Jordan juice on your lip, baby. You got a little Jordan juice on your lip.
Wow, that's not true.
That is crazy, man.
You see them dents in your, but you see them dents right, them 2 dents right there in your forehead, don't you?
Cause I got a head on. So you can't see me from
They
here.
right there, boy. Right there. Yeah,
He
right.
said
Right.
teabag,
That's
teabag.
some things
You
right
can't
here.
see it. For everybody who has tuned in
That's what you do. You lay back like this, Q.
on B Legend, for everybody who just tuned in, B Legend's beard, that's not Graves right there. That's leftover Jordan juice right there in his beard. that's not Gray Harris, people. That's leftover Jordan juice right there. He can't get it out.
From the island of Jamaica.
And now he want to go to get a statue of
Come on,
Jordan.
B Legend, bro.
From the island of Jamaica. This is you, LeBron. Oh, LeBron. Oh, LeBron. LeBron James. I love you, LeBron.
God, bro.
I'm just watching his Jordan demonstration.
Hey, man.
And you and LeBron. Oh, LeBron, I love you. I love you, LeBron. I love you, LeBron.
Oh man,
You got
bro.
No, bro. Hey, Q,
Jordan fans,
this you
LeBron
and
fans
LeBron?
will never get along.
This you and LeBron?
Hey B, you
What's
was
wrong with B, bro?
I don't know, but he a little bit too comfortable doing that. he a little bit too comfortable
Yeah,
putting that close to his face.
You wild legend.
Hey, I gotta, show Q some love, man.
Ma.
It's like Q and break LeBron.
So much for the geriatric crew.
Uh,
I said, tell Hot Dog. So much for the geriatric crew.
And here's the thing, Ralph. Q's bad. But Jesus, boy, if Shannon Sharp was on here, boy, he know what it all
Oh,
took.
hey, Shannon Sharp, boy, he loves him some LeBron.
Shannon Sharp takes it about as much as y'all Skip Bayless does.
Shannon Sharp, he put both these in his mouth.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, LeBron got to be cutting Shannon Sharp an extra
He
check.
got to,
Got
bro.
to.
Top
He
his
got
fourth
to.
check.
If LeBron's cutting Shannon a check, then George got to be cutting Skip a check. Easy.
Nah,
No.
there's
Easy.
nobody who cheers for LeBron more than Shannon Sharp.
And there's nobody who campaigns for Jordan more than Skip Bayless.
Q,
I agree, though.
You
I
forget that Skip covered the Bulls.
Yeah, that's why he's so much.
You
on
forget
Jordan
that.
like man.
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, Shannon Sharp
Shannon Sharp had nothing to do with LeBron.
So basically that means because you're from Chicago, that gives you permission to swallow Jordan. That's basically what you're saying, right? Because you're from Chicago.
No.
This guy, man.
That's what you just told me.
Opportunity to speak facts because I saw greatness. You did. You don't.
You
don't
Well,
recognize greatness.
I agree. You saw greatness right as it was trickling down your face. But anyways, we ready to get on up out here. We get ready to get on up out here. Everybody, and hey, for people watching, hey, these are just jokes, people. Before anybody report us or anything like that. Hey, these are just jokes, people. These are just jokes.
Don't
But
get
anyway,
Q is a LeBron sexual, but
Absolutely.
don't be sensitive.
so we great to get on up out of here. Ralph, I appreciate you taking time out. Daniel,
bro.
appreciate it. You know, the Mamba Masturbator, B Legend, appreciate you coming on here, taking out your time, man. Again, we'll do this next. We should be back on next Monday. The only reason we wasn't on Monday because I was in Facebook jail, but we should be back on next Monday at 6
I don't
o'clock.
know. After tonight, we may be in jail again.
Yeah, you
Hey, we
might be
just
right.
might. Hey,
Somebody
B
gonna
Legend,
record us.
make sure you get a LeBron jersey to put on top of your little Jamaican wood for next week.
You know what?
I don't know what's worse.
Hey, I may ask Chase, do he ever a jersey? I burn that bitch up.
Hey, Ralph. Ike said hit him up.
I got you. I said it.
But
right,
man,
bro.
I'll holler at y'all, man. Y'all be easy.
All right,
Yeah.
easy, bro.